Hello world, I'm Chris Pirillo, and you're watching another live edition of the LockerGnome Daily Report, or TLDR for short, your daily dose of geek news, reviews, and answers that you can use. Like answer to the question, Chris, did you really finally change out of that Darth Vader shirt after wearing it for a week? I did, obviously. It's not underneath here. It's just a green t-shirt that I've had for a while. I feel weird not wearing that Darth Vader shirt. This is a soft shirt, don't get me wrong. Not as soft as that Darth Vader shirt, though. If you want your own, you can get it at shop.lockergnome.com. Maybe you're looking for an answer to the question, Chris, when are you going to post your pop vinyl collection? I kind of did in a video over in the classic YouTube channel. I assume that there are other pop vinyl collectors out there. Come on, you call yourself a nerd or a geek or a nerd geek. Maybe you don't. I don't know. It's really a guess on my part. I only know when you interact with me. So thank you for interacting with me on a daily basis. Maybe you're listening to the podcast as we post that to our podcast channel every day. I had been considering recording a different kind of podcast, but I never got any feedback on that. So it just makes me wonder how many people in our community actually listen to podcasts. Maybe it's the topic or a series of topics that I would care to cover. I have a gift here, courtesy of Max Van de Wiel from Belgium. He sent a flash drive. It's got Yoda inside this container. It's a flash drive. This Yoda is there you go. There's your tech right there. Love it. Love the tech. Love it. I adore this. I do appreciate it. But I love this one more because gotta be careful with collectibles. This is Darth Vader. I did not have this one either. I'm going to be keeping him inside the container. This one right here. I had ones that I thought were similar. Let me check. Is that one it? Kind of-ish? See, this one's got... Yeah, see, it's different. Yep. See, I had this one. Sorry, I was like off camera. Oh, it said thank you anyway. I'm pretty sure this is a flash drive. Either that or we're about to destroy a collectible. Give me a second. I probably shouldn't be doing this. Especially if I don't know it's going to come apart. I swore this was a flash drive. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's just a collectible. It's just got a regular old keychain on here versus the keychain on here. It's got the company logo, I guess. So there you go. A Darth Vader USB flash drive if you wanted one. I did. And thank you for this one. I appreciate it. It will stay in the package. Max also sent this, the number 6 Darth Vader. This is one from Empire Strikes Back when he stopped Han's blaster from hitting him at dinner. You might remember that one. And it has just about every language known to humanity on the back. So I did not have this card at all. Thank you for that, Max. I'll get back to a few other things that I was going to show you in just a few minutes. First, let me let you know that we've also posted my Star Wars stuff haul. Yes, this wasn't even it. This was beyond that Star Wars stuff haul. I plan on doing one of those once a week in the classic channel, since there are a lot of Star Wars fans out there, a lot of collectors out there, and I don't see that going away anytime soon, especially in relation to some news that's kind of old news, but I had wanted to cover it for quite some time, and that is that Star Wars is not just a movie, not just a series of cartoons. It is, or not just one movie, obviously, a series of movies. It's going to be a theme park. Disney's going to make it a full-on theme park. Star Wars, the theme park. It's going to happen. Not just a part of Disney World or Disneyland, a full-on Star Wars theme park. Dedicated. Now, Disney ain't going to make no small moves. They ain't going to do that unless they know that people are going to go and people are going to care. And people care. I will be one of them. I may never get there, in the year that it opens eventually, but I will go. That is one place I want to go to. The other place I want to go to is Rancho Obi-Wan. That's the other place. And then the other place I want to go to is, I guess there's a guy in the UK? Somewhere in Europe, who's got the world's record for the most Darth Vaders. He's got the world's largest Darth Vader collection. I haven't, offered to have Guinness go through my stuff. I don't know if I'd want to. I'd be afraid he has me beat. I'm gunning for that top position, though. I will make there. I will make there. And I'll make awkward words coming out of my mouth. God, I just need to stop talking. That'd be great for the next 20 minutes. Could I do that? I wish it was possible sometimes. Case Studio customizable smartphone and tablet cases are 48% off if you wanted a tablet or smartphone case, we can save you some money at deals.lockergnome.com. Also, the Neo NES Giveaway is still happening, and the travel card 1500 milliamp hour wallet-sized charger. Small charger. So it's, of course, not going to be able to store a lot of juice, but you can carry it in your wallet. And we've got it at 26% off. Better than paying full price. Again, deals.lockergnome.com. I've got a few other news bits in the stack before I come back to a few more things on my desk, including some, I guess this was interesting to me, and it wasn't really a surprise, and I got to get better at doing this. And, of course, anybody who follows me on Instagram could help as well. I like the way Instagram institutes tags. Boy, hang on. I got to drink something. I don't think that's going to help me keep me from tripping over my words, but you know what? Kept me from talking for a couple of seconds there. On Instagram, the more hashtags you use, the better. Now, you don't have to post the hashtags at the top, like in the title, for them to count. You can post them as a comment. So that's usually what I'll do. I'll keep the title kind of clean, and then I'll go back and publish the hashtags as a comment, a follow-up to the original photo, and then they'll be tagged appropriately. But apparently, yeah, on Instagram, the more hashtags you use, the better. It can help a lot with not just customization, but discoverability. Customization, where did I get that from? I think I need to get better at tagging on Instagram, because I know that I'd be able to reach a different group of people with the things that I'm posting, because I think a lot of the things that I'm interested in, other people aren't. I mean, that's usually the case, though. I mean, just because I'm interested in something doesn't mean that you're interested in something. Where those interests cross over, well, that's where it's, happy times for everybody right there. So using hashtags can help with discoverability. Customization. Seriously, where did I get that? Hashtag customization. But even at a deeper level, it's finding the hashtags that are popular, or that could connect you with a community that are certainly most valuable. Some of the more popular hashtags that I follow, Toy Crew Buddies is one of them. And I find that the people who post to that hashtag are pretty cool people. I've actually, connected with different people that I otherwise wouldn't have connected to because I used the hashtag. And then, of course, participated and commented back on the photos that I happen to like. And I can't say that just because you like me that I'm going to like your photos. It doesn't usually work that way, unfortunately. But just an interesting bit of news. If you're on Instagram, use more hashtags. I got to remember to do that as well. Hope everybody's been enjoying the show and tell series that I've been posting in the classic YouTube channel. Videos of things and ideas that I've had that I don't know how else to accommodate them. They don't really fit in this channel, apart from being maybe just a highlight or a feature in a TLDR episode. But most people wouldn't necessarily find what it is that I'm talking about in these TLDRs, because I cover so many topics on a daily basis. I'm able to do TLDR because the community said this is what they wanted from me. I don't know where the hell the rest of the community is, but this is what they said. I'm very grateful that, the super nomies, everyone, you're all my nomies, but the super nomies obviously are helping make this possible. If it weren't for them, I definitely would not be doing this. Show and tell is kind of a reimagining of a mixture between the classic videos that I used to do and, things that I find interesting and fascinating and love to talk about or want to share my experiences for or through or with or about or on in, combined with the vlog style of editing. A vlog video that I've done. So think of it like a bonus Pirillo vlog every day. Apart from the CPU episodes, which I think are fun as well. So I am planning on trying this at some point in the future. I don't know if I'd say that hot sauce is necessarily geeky. It's not news, but patron Earle Greene, who's been very, very supportive and has sent me a list of geek news every day. Many of them, the stories I do share forward. He sent me his favorite hot sauce. So it's Nando's Peri Peri sauce. Not Matthew Peri sauce. I'm going to be trying this. And why not record a video? I'm like, this is Earle Greene's favorite hot sauce. I'll try it. What do I think? I'm a Valentina guy. We'll see if this wins me over. I guess Peri Peri is a certain kind of pepper. But Sriracha is kind of geeky, as I've come to understand it. So why couldn't Peri Peri be geeky? I don't know. It's worth trying. I'll give it a shot. I'll give anything a try once. In the expanded universe in Star Wars, yes, I'm not done with Star Wars, you've got to see this. Someone did a mock, or my own creation, MOC, of how Boba Fett escaped the Sarlacc pit. So this would now be considered in Legends, but he actually created the Sarlacc pit and explained the story in Brick of how, well, I don't want to issue any spoiler alerts, but this is fascinating to me because he didn't go off of any instruction booklet. He just built it with Lego bricks and told the story about, well, now in Legends, how Boba Fett escaped the Sarlacc pit. And I thought it was kind of neat, if only to let you know outright. If you're looking for a bit of inspiration, what some geeks do with their hands. What other geeks do is they collect. And I just found out about this, and I signed up. I guess I'm going to give it a shot. We'll see how it goes. I'm starting to get into more and more of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, MCU. And as part of that, I really appreciate some of the designs that are coming out from various characters, with various characters, specifically the robotic types of characters or the cyborgs. I'm more of a fan of those types of characters than I am more of the human species. Well, there's now a subscription service that you can join if you're a fan or a would-be fan. It's called Collector Core. If you head over to collectorcore.com, you can sign up. I did. You'll get like special edition stuff. And I guess one of the first ones is going to be with Age of Ultron. And I like the design of Ultron in the new series, or at least from what we've seen in anything that has been released. From, I think, Sideshow has got a collectible. I think. It's either them or Hot Toys. One of them. Anyway, I like the design of Ultron. I'm like, cool. So if you're into collectibles at all in Marvel's Cinematic Universe or anything in the Marvel series of comics, you may be interested in picking up a subscription to Collector Core. Wanted to let everybody know I'll be featuring the stuff that I get as soon as the stuff arrives, of course, at some point in the future. I have not yet seen Birdman. I want to see Birdman. I have not yet seen Big Hero 6. I want to see Big Hero 6. I've not yet seen Interstellar. I want to see Interstellar. I've not yet seen just about any big movie that won an Oscar. But what was fascinating to me is what Hugh Jackman said about after having seen Michael Keaton Michael Keaton in Birdman. When Jackman saw him, he said to his wife, "The moral is that I should never stop playing Wolverine. I've got to find a way to keep playing him until I die." So, yay! I love Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. Awesome news. If Birdman did nothing, apart from, win an award, but to inspire Jackman, awesome. Color me a fan. Of course, my favorite role for Jackman isn't even Wolverine. It's Jean Valjean. Monsieur le Maire. That's my best French for Mr. Mayor. Mr. Mayor, French. He did a great job. I thought he did a great job. I love the adaptation, the most recent adaptation of that musical, which is based on a book. By way of Earle Greene, mentioned his name earlier. Why kids' schools are missing the technical revolution. I guess I equate this to what it was like back when I was a kid. And I know schools have advanced, or most schools have advanced from that point. We had one computer for the entire school. One. And even when I was in high school, we had a few computers here and there. And they worked well, but no one really knew how to use them. And the software was not really there. Computers these days are completely different. Technology is completely different. And I just don't see any other way around this. Schools are unfortunately doomed to be behind the curve. Because technology advances at such a rapid pace that teachers can't keep pace. Curriculum can't keep pace. You're going to learn more about technology outside the classroom than inside the classroom. You're going to be better served with learning on your own, to your own devices. When I say at the end of every video, I'm going to leave you to your own devices. I'm not talking about physical devices, though it's a play on words. You got to rely on yourself to learn. And schools, for the longest time, were counted upon, not just by society at large here in the U.S., but by parents as well. And when you didn't really have to update a textbook, but maybe every, 5 or 6 or 10 years, it wasn't a big deal. I mean, history doesn't change all that much, at least, nor does science all that much, or at least, what might be taught in a curriculum in school. Math, not as much. You've got the classics for reading. So computers are an anomaly, or technology is an anomaly. It just advances at such an amazing rate that schools can't keep up. I don't think this is school's fault. I don't think it's education's fault. I think it's just it's just the way it is. And that's really, really sad to know that if anybody counts on schools to deliver know-how and help develop prowess within any kind of STEM topic, it's going to be challenging, specifically for the T part of STEM there, because schools just don't have enough resources. You've got so many resources at your disposal just having access to the internet. And that's not to say, because I've talked about schools and technology before in the past, I'm kind of passionate about this too, if only because of my background as a once would-be teacher. Schools just move too slow. I'm sorry, too slowly. They move... So Jedi, we don't know if she's going to be homeschooled, partially homeschooled, gone to a public school, private school. We don't know yet. We don't have an answer to that question. I think she's going to learn way more outside the classroom than inside the classroom. I really do believe that. But, yeah, it's an interesting story. I'd be curious to know, if you're a student, if you looked at what this article was suggesting, if you would agree to that in terms of what's happening inside of your school district. And I know a lot of students, might listen to the stuff I say. Although I don't know if I really identify with kids as much as I might adults. Even though I got that spirit, that kid spirit alive inside me. I very much face adult responsibilities and adult stressors every day, and have a little bit of. I've got a retro streak that is, burning a hole in my head that I got to experience. I've got to share that love with everybody. But that makes me more like an adult than it does a kid. It's something that I know has probably been a disconnect for a lot of who might be considered a part of my community. I'm very much an adult, and I'm happy to be an adult with a kid inside. Earle Greene also sent me this story from the BBC. Ad blocking software, not all ad blocking software, mind you. Ad blocking software can be worst. How many verbal typos can I make in a single video? There you go. That's the title of today's TLDR. Oh, my God. Let me try this again. Maybe I do need to drink the hot sauce. You know what? Screw it. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to drink the hot sauce. Earle, I know this is not how you're supposed to experience it, but I'm going to do it anyway, because it just can't hurt. Or maybe it can. I don't know. How strong is Peri Peri? Someone please let me know immediately. Ad blocking software can be worse than Superfish. Yeah, that thing that Lenovo kind of got taken to task about? Apparently, if you have ad blocking software, it may do similar things to what Superfish was doing. Not all ad blocking software, mind you. Largely the ad blocking software, or like parental software, that parents might install to supervise their kids or keep them quote unquote protected. It could be doing some nasty things. It's not just Lenovo. It's if you're running ad blocking software, well, number one, stop it. Number two, you may want to check into it, because it may be circumventing certain things that were designed to keep you safe and secure. So, yeah, ad block software, I guess you're kind of taking your safety and security into your own hands. But I've said it before. I just don't like ad blocking software. I just don't think it's right. All right, let's go ahead and, now that we've opened it up, drink. Ooh, maybe I don't want to do this. Here I go. Peri Peri. My mouth is watering just thinking about it. If your mouth is not watering, you've never had hot sauce. It smells very vinegary. Now, mind you, again, I'm a fan of Valentina. Smells good. Spicy. Flavorful. Almost too spicy for me. Bernie. I think I still like Valentina a little better. Not bad. It doesn't taste as vinegary as it smells. I was saying I really have it in my mouth. I should have grabbed a bigger glass of water or milk. Okay. Not bad. It's not like, whoa! Yeah, someone needs to make an animated gif of fire coming out of my mouth. Rah! Fire. Ah! Or just imagine it. It's not terribly hot. As Liz says, it is manageable. Hopefully this will help me speak for the remainder of this particular episode. Woo! I don't want to do that every day. Reddit, and this is, I know so many of you love Reddit. I don't get me wrong. I like parts of Reddit. I think it's a nice resource. I like what Reddit has to offer. I appreciate what Redditors do. I appreciate so many subreddits. I don't use Reddit on a regular basis, though. So, Reddit, I just can't get beyond this. Now prohibits nude photos or videos of sex acts without consent from people in them. So, let me read that again. Reddit now prohibits nude photos or videos of sex acts without consent from people in them. So, I'm reading this and I'm going, so it was okay before? How has this gone okay to this point? How is it just now not okay? I'm sure this is upsetting to a lot of people who never got other people's permission, but to me, I'm going, come on, really? This is just now not okay. What? So, well, congratulations, Reddit, for doing something like this and stepping forward and protecting the innocent. Nice to see you do something like that. But it's kind of appalling to think that they didn't do that before. I mean, I appreciate, the freedom of speech and freedom of religion and freedom to express your thoughts. But what have I said from day one? Your happiness is okay as long as it doesn't come at the cost of somebody else's happiness. If someone doesn't give you permission to do something, don't do it! It's a little nerd rage for you. Because I just can't believe, words escape me. For real this time. Sorry for blowing everybody's eardrums out, but that's just how I feel. I feel very strongly about that. Very strongly. It's okay to find your happiness as long as it doesn't come at the cost of somebody else's happiness. That's where I draw the line. And that is absolutely a line. This is now a thing. Wow. I'm sure all the victims in Reddit's wake appreciate this. Google is now testing something that's rather awesome. Let's go ahead and shift gears. Live chat with businesses from search results. This is kind of neat, actually. I've often gone to Google to search for information about a business. And, of course, had to go to the business's website sometimes to get the information. Hours, sometimes. Phone number, of course. Google's surfacing some of that. But let's just say, for argument's sake, you're looking for an item that they may or may not have. Like, if I wanted to, okay, here's an item. This is what I was going to show you earlier. I did not. I got two today. They were in the store for $7 a piece. And like, oh man, how can you waste your money on that? Really? Because I could turn around and sell this for $25. I could sell both for $50, but I'm not going to sell both because I want one. Which means that if I spent $14 on the two, but sell this for $25, effectively, I've made money and collected a figure at the same time. I'm not going to complain. So let's say I wanted to ask a store if they had an item in inventory. It'd be kind of difficult, whether it's email or phone. Like, it'd be easier to jump on chat. Well, now Google's testing it, and I'd assume it's an opt-in type of scenario of live chat with businesses through search results. Fantastic idea. I love that idea. Love the idea. That is amazing. This is going to make it that much more crucial for businesses to use Google, if only for that. I would like to see more widespread adoption. Of course, I'd assume that someone has to be babysitting that chat, probably 24/7. We'll see where it goes. But I think it's a great idea. I really genuinely do think that's a fantastic idea that's going to keep Google, one step ahead of the quote-unquote competition, if you'd call it that. That's something Bing should have done, honestly. Microsoft should have done something like that, and that would have been amazing. I probably would have used Bing a hell of a lot more if they did something like that years ago. Despite all the bonuses you get with Bing. You get the points. Oh, speaking of, if you connect your Bing account to OneDrive, you get like 100 gigs of free storage for like 2 years. So there's another 100 gigs for you for free. You're welcome. The other 100 gigs I talked about yesterday, if you connect your Dropbox account, you can get 100 gigs for free, which is kind of neat. Also, from the array of Google-oriented news, Google Play Music has increased its free personal cloud storage to 50,000 songs. Cool? Cool. Does anybody still download MP3s? I do not. I am not one of those. I never really got into downloading music a la carte. I don't, because, I could listen to it, but it's like, and then I have to manage it and keep track of it, and blah. It's not worth it. And then in a day and age of Spotify, it's really not worth it. Other than, some rare exceptions, of course. There's no universal library, and that's the value of having your own MP3 or FLAC, whatever file format you want to use, library. But, big news if you use Google Play. I never did, never really wanted to. A new DuckTales is coming to Disney XD in 2017. Wah, wah. Bum, 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 ba, da, 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 da. Here in Duckburg. Dun, 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 dun. It's a duck blur. Might solve a mystery or rewrite history. DuckTales. Woo. Now, they better keep the same theme song. I like DuckTales. The theme song. I watched DuckTales off and on. Not as much as others did. Never really got into Tailspin or Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers or Darkwing Duck. Never really got into any of those. I guess I probably got into DuckTales because I liked Uncle Scrooge as a comic character, having grown up with classic Disney comics, Donald Duck and Huey, Dewey, and Louie. So I guess that's probably why I liked them. Of course, I probably should have also liked, what was it? Tailspin, right? That's the one with what was the duck's name? It was right at the tip of my tongue. Launchpad? Was it Launchpad? Was that his name? It gotta talk like this or something? Not my fandom. Not right now. I'll likely be watching those episodes. Sure, why not? I got a Netflix subscription. Worth a shot. Inspector Gadget is also returning to Netflix. It's going to be a reboot starting in 2015. I talked about Inspector Gadget a few weeks ago. I can't remember in which video. I know it was the vlog. But I talked about how Penny had one of these. She had an iPad. Think about that. She had her own iPad. Now, you see it in the cartoon or whatever. I'm like, oh yeah, I can get that. It's Wikipedia. I don't need that. I have that. But back in the day, when I was a kid, I watched Inspector Gadget. I liked it. Wouldn't say it's my fandom, but I did like it. I will likely be watching the new episodes as well, if only because I'm sure they'll still be around when Jedi's old enough to watch TV. Just here and there, bits and pieces. It'd be kind of neat. Someone asked in the vlog, writer Bren asked, and I answered her in the vlog recorded yesterday, what's going to happen if Jedi wants her own YouTube channel? I said, yeah, well, I'll do it. I'd actually like to do a collaborative effort, if I can, if she wants to, a collaborative effort with my daughter about various things. That we can talk about topics. We could watch the same cartoon and then talk about it from her perspective and my perspective, or have the same food and talk about it from her perspective and my perspective. Why not? Because we can. That's why. Inspector Gadget coming to Netflix near you. Boy, Netflix is it's definitely it's getting better and better and better and better and better. Oh, DuckTales. If I said it was on Netflix, and I think I inadvertently did, it's actually going to be on Disney XD in 2017. Here's a fascinating video you've got to watch. Google acquired a company called DeepMind, or at least this is the product from the company acquired, AI. What DeepMind does, and this is absolutely fascinating, it learns, starting at, with no knowledge of what's going on, it learns how to play video games. Now, we're talking about Atari video games, so of course I'm a fan. So it learns how to play games. Basically, the software is told, okay, here, you try to increase these numbers. Here's what's going on here. Here's what's going on there. Go for as high a score as you can. And then what'll happen is it'll learn, and as it makes mistakes, it'll learn from there. So the AI has now basically mastered a series of Atari video games, like something close to 50. And you can actually watch it learning and everything. I'm like, that is astounding. So what that's saying, really, is that a video game can kick a video game's butt more than I could kick a video game's butt. So when a computer is better at me, I'm not talking about, the, player versus computer type of scenario. I'm talking about a computer that knows nothing and then masters it through trial and error. It learns. Man, where technology's headed is just, it's astounding. Where it's going to be is just amazing. This is incredible. Incredible to hear. More incredible to hear in person. So listen to the video. I'll be sure to put a link for you for all these things, including that video in this video's description. A lot of links, a lot of video, blah, 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 blah. I am going to go ahead and roll into the patron hangout now. I do one of those every weekday. Thank you for tuning in. I am not going to be unboxing this ever. I got it. I probably should have held off on this till tomorrow. It's a limited edition, numbered Darth Vader collectible from, I think it was a Star Wars fan club back in the day, 2002. Number 979 of 4,000, right here, completely unopened. A Darth Vader bobblehead, an absolute collector's item. Very limited edition. I got it for like $25. Must not have been that limited. But you know what? Why not? So I did. That's what I got for $25. I exchanged some of my Amazon gift cards. It's easy to do. All you got to do is head over to go.tagjag.com/free apps or go.tagjag.com/free points. I talk about it so frequently because it absolutely works. It's how I expand my collection, or part of how I expand my collection. Another way I expand my collection is with you. Thank you very, very much for tuning in. Thank you for your support. Thank you for being you. Thank you for appreciating me being me, even if we don't always agree on things. I appreciate your time. I love you. I really do appreciate you. But at this point, I'm going to leave you to your own devices.